Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of Painting the Right Way. I'm your host, or shoulder, Jeffrey Wright. And what I'm going to be doing is continuing on our lovely painting here, doing it in stages. So I have here, I did the sky, we did the yellow in the sky, we got some trees coming up through the middle. Now the canvas is still wet. I have a wet on wet style that I'm using, which means I made a liquid white that I covered the entire canvas in first, and then I proceeded to add and blend my colors right here on the canvas. So today what we're going to work is on the mid-range trees that we're going to add through here, and then we're going to add some fog and make sure it mists up, and then we're going to come down and add the rest of our trees. So without further ado, let's get started because we don't have too much time in a day. So we're going to just dive right into here. We're going to get some dark colors going. So take your knife, and we're going to add raw umber, black, sap green, all the dark colors. Now I'm only breaking up the videos so that I can upload them easier, and that way you have a little bit of an idea as to how to get things done. I will be doing close-ups of how I do clouds, how I do sky, and we'll work on our paintings one at a time, different ways. So now that I have a really dark color, that's what I want. Clean your knife off. Dive into a paintbrush that you have. Make sure they're clean first, and it doesn't hurt to add paint thinner right to it. All right, I cleaned my brush there. So what I'm going to do is just dive right in with a number 4 fan brush right into that dark color, and I'm just loading it up. I want all of it. So we're going to come right up here and just add and now if you're worried, what you could do is actually push up if you wanted a different style, but I don't really care. So we're just going to come down. Remember, we're doing mid-range trees today. Mid-range trees. So keep coming down and just tapping. That's all you're doing. Back and forth. Tap, tap, tap. We don't care. This is the background color. We're going to be filling all this in anyway. We're going to let it lighten up because that's going to actually get some mist up in there. So maybe we have one that comes down into here. Maybe it only goes to here. Tall tree. Maybe we're on a hill. A bit of a hill comes down here. There we go. And this fog seems to be lifting up down there. All right, more color. And of course, we're going to have one that comes from here. You add a bit of a trunk, and then you add your tree branches, and you do a zigzag pattern, back and forth. Z pattern. All the way down. Maybe here. Now I'm going to be making 2 of these and hanging them up in my house. Alright, so down here we just want the color, we want that dark, dark color coming in. We could roll it on if we really wanted. And of course we're going to add a nice little one, a couple little ones actually, right in here. Maybe we just need a couple in here. Maybe they're a little further back and less detail, eh? We'll make a little bit of an odd one in here. I want to do something different. Why? Because I can. Sometimes these trees come up a little different, eh? There's one. Its branches go upwards. Sure, we've seen all these ones hanging around in the woods. All right, just come down. Don't be afraid. You know, get creative. See where it takes you. It's all about going on an adventure. Really just want to figure out where it is we're going to go. And you don't want to, you just want to tap. You don't want to pull your paint down. Just want to tap to get this, basically the trunk in there, and then pull this down. And there's our mid-range. Now we didn't get rid of any of that mist in between. We wanted that mist. And down. There we go. That's pretty. All right. Same brush, clean it off. Make sure it's nice and clean, nice and clean, nice and clean. And dry it off the rag because it's little. You don't need to beat the daylights out of that one. So now we're going to go right into what we have over here is the sap green. And we're going to go into this lighter color, which is lemon yellow, a little bit of cadmium, or sorry, yellow ochre. Mix it up in there. This is our highlight color. And we're just going to come right up to where we were. Right? A little bit of paint there on there. Right like this. I'm going to just tap. Because we want that light color to show up in there. I really hope my shoulder's not in the way. It's hard to see the camera, but I'm really hoping that I'm out of your way. So everything you just did, you're just gonna add that new color and let it get dark as it goes down. You want it to fade away, right? Maybe this one's got a little bit more of the yellow ochre in it. Maybe that's what this one is. And a little bit more green to it as well, because maybe it's got some rusty needles. Kind of stuff. Diving back into that other green. Green color, we just keep adding, keep going. And then once this video is over, you can move on to the next one and we can finish this painting off. So you just keep working your way down, adding layer, adding a little bit of light to every tree as we work our way down. There you go. Oh, don't forget, we're going to be misting this all out. Making it very misty, very misty. If you find you're picking up too much of the back color, add a little bit of the paint thinner. Paint thinner will help stretch it out a bit, and you'll be able to definitely bring in more of the colors you want to see. And bringing it down here, because we're defining where our tree is by where we're tapping our bristles here. All right, so there's our next layer of trees, and we're going to keep going. So what we're going to do is take a clean 2-inch brush, and once it's clean, we're going to do what we always do, but this time we're actually going to do things a little bit different. We're going to pull down, just pull down, almost like we're pulling into water here. Pull down. All right, make sure the tip of your brush is clean here. And take that, and we're just very lightly going to whisk it up and mix it in with that liquid white that's in behind it. And we're very lightly, hardly touching it. Try not to pick up any of this back here. And don't be shy if we do. It's not a big deal. The world's not over. We're just in quarantine, painting away, enjoying our lives. Because there's so much to paint. And don't be shy. Those different colors, the different depths, Those are what we're looking for. Because we know that this fog really came over and darkened up the mist. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more trees. We're going to really build it up and bring it forward a lot more. So stay tuned to that episode. You know what? I'm actually learning all of this with you. I don't know what I'm doing 100% of the time. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I do know what I'm doing. I do just like to paint and try new things as well. So we got a lot of that. Now if you're worried this is too dark, you know, you can pull some of the white we made earlier to do the sky and just bring it right through. You know, I feel like, yeah, it's a little dark. Bring it in. Why not? It's about the mist, right? And we're just gonna billow it up. Why? Almost like we do clouds. Just gonna circle it in there. And very lightly. And once we do that, then we can blend all this out. Let's work it in. There we go. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that segment of that episode. We're going to continue. We're going to start building it up all in here and getting a lot more detail. And maybe what I might do is a little bit of water down in here, so we'll do that next. So thanks for joining in, staying tuned. I know it's a little bit really close to my face, and I'm very sorry for that, but stay tuned.